These are the NBL Fantasy Player Previews with the Basketball Blokes.
So, the return to 3 imports for NBL 22 didn't lead to the romantic return of DJ Newble to the Cairns roster. Well, Cairns just signed you, and this sounds crazy, but I need an SG, so McCall me maybe. I had a look at the stats you got lately. You're in my fantasy side, McCall me maybe. Jeepers. Okay, that's enough of that. I don't want to turn off the listeners. That's right, though. I think Tahjere McCall will be in the deep ballers come round 1 of the NBL 22 season. And here's a quick rundown on why this will be so. 1. Stats. Averaged 11.9 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 3.3 assists in his last season in the G League with the championship-winning Lakeland Magic, with Robert Franks, who Bris Vegas have just signed, albeit McCall with slightly better rebounds and assist stats than Franks at the Lakeland Magic. His numbers equated to approximately 38 fantasy points in that season with Lakeland, so I think you've got a bit of an idea of where we're going there. His previous G League season was with the College Park Skyhawks. He had 12.7 points, 6.2 boards, and 4.5 assists in that season, alongside RJ Hunter, one of Sydney's new imports there. And while I'm name dropping, he also played a season with Mitch Creek in the 18-19 Long Island Nets team. So he's been around a little bit. 3 different teams there in 3 seasons in the G League. Second reason I'm really liking McCall me maybe is he's got obviously a legit point guard passing to him. Now Machado, I think he just makes people better around him. Now I'm going to reference this by someone I mentioned earlier, DJ Newble. So Newble came into was in the Cairns team, and then Machado came in a couple of seasons ago. Now, the season prior to Machado joining the Cairns, Newble averaged about 31 fantasy points for the season and bumped right up to 37.2 fantasy points for the season with Machado. I think that's a good sign, and I think the role that McCall's going to have at Cairns is going to be very similar to that Newble role at Cairns as well. So I think that works quite well. 3, a quote from new Cairns head coach Adam Ford. He's athletic, he can score, he'll be able to take on some of the ball carrying weight, but most importantly, he is going to be that defensive weapon that we need. Now, while we're on that, in one of his seasons in the G League, he averaged 1.8 steals for the whole season, and he had another season where he averaged 1.7 steals for the season. Now that's like Justin Simon numbers we saw in the NBL last season. So that's elite numbers. So I think he's ticking all the boxes here. He's putting up those stats all over the place, which I think is real good. 4th and final reason I'm liking him, the schedule. At the moment, pending some schedule changes to the start of NBL 22, which we only heard about earlier today, but yet to be confirmed, can start the season with 3 rounds of singles. So you're thinking, yuck, no Cairns players for me, thanks. But hang on, from round 4 to round 6, they have 3 doubles in a row. That makes them one of the only 2 teams with 3 doubles in the first 6 rounds, alongside Bris Vegas. And with the JJs, the only team with slightly better start to the first 6 rounds, thanks to their triple in round 3. So there you have it. Get on board the McCall me maybe.
Check out our website over at basketballblokes.com, which is your home for all things NBL Fantasy. All of our social media links are there for you to follow, as well as a range of fantasy resources. Our rolling rosters include price estimates for the upcoming fantasy season. We also have an archive of player averages from prior seasons, including game logs from the 2019 season to help you with your research. In fact, we've already posted some preseason articles for the upcoming season, and during the season our Schedulizer was our most used page, including by last season's overall winner. Our podcasts can be found on most platforms, but you can also find them in one spot on the website. If you want to be part of our NBL fantasy loving community, support us over at our Patreon page via the link in the website.